Okay, yeah. If I let this technique go, wipe your spot off the GPS. Who the fuck gon' see me next? Ain't no soul could beat me yet. Top tier, even fast, scared of my DPS. Man, fuck bleeding, you just fucking stop breathing.
Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's me, Skull Royal, back at it with another video. And here today, I'm gonna be discussing about how good is Zenkai Frieza. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I'm trying to grow. I also provide daily Dragon Ball Legends content for you guys, so definitely hit the subscribe button if you're new around here. Also, for everyone, leave the like button as well. It pushes the video out in the algorithm, and also leave a comment down below your thoughts on Zenkai Frieza. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the pros of him, and we're gonna talk about the cons of him. And I'm also end up as well. I'm gonna use gameplay from Goresh pretty much because I think, to me, he is the LOE god on YouTube right now. Nah, but definitely he shows a good representation of this Frieza. So yeah, let's talk about his pros real quick. So pros, his stats actually as a Zenkai unit. Let me display maximum stats because I only have this Frieza at 4-star. Stats, especially the defense department. Frieza, his defense is pretty good. 180 for double defense, which is amazing, right? Even his blast attack is pretty good at 276. It's pretty much maybe around 280ish if you have all the titles, but other than that, yeah, this Frieza is pretty good, man. Another thing too about Zenkai Frieza, even though it's pre Zenkai, he already had this, is him holding a blue card. That's another of his pros. Like, him holding a blue card makes it so much, like, it makes it extremely good for a Lineage of Evil or even a powerful opponent team if you were to run this Frieza in the powerful opponent team. But you're mainly gonna run him in mainly LOE, even though LOE also contains a lot of units that's in powerful opponent, including this Frieza right here. So let's talk about his arts cards real quick. It's major right here, but it's still pretty decent, right? Because instead of a 40 cost, pretty much it's a 40 cost blue card that you gain 15 key back. So technically, this blue card will be 24. If you have him Zenkai 7, it will be 24 cost, which is kind of ridiculous. So you're using a 24 cost blue card that can also draw you a new card upon activation. Pretty good, right? pretty good, exactly. So the green card, right? Green card mobilized, I mean, it's good obviously, but there's a lot of units nowadays that are immune to pretty much status debuff and abnormal conditions, and pretty much this kind of, depending on the unit that you face, like for example, you face like Gaki, since Gaki has a lot of units like that. The green card, I wouldn't say it's useless, but I guess that type of matchup is not as good. But this ultimate was already pre-Zenkai already. But I mean, obviously with the higher stats that he gets, this ultimate becomes even more. It's gonna hit more harder, especially against against Saiyan units, which right here. Tag Saiyan, 30% damage inflicted against Tag Saiyan for 3 timer counts. So it nullified endurance pretty much. So pretty good, right? But another thing too, another of his pros is right here. Activates, applies buff effect, nullify enemy special action that activates when coverage changing to self for 10 timer counts. So he pretty much nullifies every type of cover change when he activates his main. Really darn good, dude. Like, this dude is nice. This dude is really nice. His third unique, where he gets his Zenkai. He's pretty much like a pseudo last man standing, where it applies to self one ally. Tag Frieza Force or Lineage of Evil is defeated. 20% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Nullify attribute downgrades for 30 counts, and -2 to his blast arts cost. Can't be cancelled. So that's one of his pros right here, because he is a pseudo last man standing. So in a situation where he's the only character alive, he's not gonna be a liability if he's the last man standing unit, which is, you know, pretty good, right? As a support unit, you always want to see your support units not only support your allies, but also support himself in a way where he could deal much damage, way more damage, and health his own pretty much. And his last unique, which is another one of his pros, every time he enters the battle, He gains card draw speed. Hell yeah. And one of the unique things that he does is he cancels enemy buff effects. Activates twice. And that's when he comes into the battle. So what you do, right, is normally you will want to start him first, because if you start him first and then he switches out, he pretty much gains 10% health and reduced damage received by 35%, right? But also it's kind of like, do you really want to? Because also you want to make sure that you want to optimize his fourth unique, which is the cancel enemy buff effects, which activates twice. You want to utilize that to the fullest, pretty much. So it's kind of like it's kind of like an enigma right now, where you really wanna put him as point, or you could put him as pretty much a bench slot, where pretty much he could just comes in and pretty much cancels enemy buff effect, depending on the unit that they have. But that unique itself is pretty much matchup dependent anyway. So yeah, I think this Frieza, he has a lot of pros, and if I were to tier him in a tier list, he'll probably be around in the S tier, probably S in the. So in my own LF tier list, when I make it, most likely next week, when the new LF is probably gonna come on Tuesday, which I'm gonna make a prediction for videos and stuff on Monday, which will be released on Monday, pretty much my final predictions on that. Quick little plug. But if I were to rank him preemptively, he's probably gonna be in the lower S plus tier, maybe mid S plus tier. Now I'm thinking about it, or he's probably gonna be he's not gonna be in the mid S plus tier or the lower S plus tier because of what he does. But you know, not every unit is perfect. So what is his cons? His team. His team is literally his con right now. Even on LOE, right, in the optimal LOE setting, you have him of LF Full Power Frieza, Zenkai 7 Cooler, the Red Frieza from DBS movie, and Metal Cooler with Chill in the bench, pretty much. That'll be pretty much your optimal team for LOE. But the problem is, it's LOE at the end of the days. LOE right now, not to say that Zenkai Cooler he's mid, because I don't think he's mid. He's actually pretty good. He does a lot of damage, and plus he has pretty good support capabilities. But they are due for a new out of blue LOE unit that's pretty strong, or I would say maybe a green. Hopefully the Golden Frieza from the first year anniversary, maybe he gets a Zenkai, and he will fit extremely well in LOE because of what he does, which is the 30% damage against Saiyans. He is a blast unit. He also gets card draw speed for 60 counts, and comboed up with this Frieza right here, the first form LF Zenkai, and the full power Frieza, which he also is a blast unit. The Red Frieza from the DBS movie, Gogeta movie, he's also a blast unit, so it'll combo pretty well with that as well. So maybe a green Zenkai, maybe a new blue LOE unit, and maybe the team will be set. Maybe, I don't know, maybe obviously you will want like an endurance unit pretty much, but I think this Frieza fulfills I think the defensive aspect that LOE desperately needed. But that's definitely one of his cons. And then the second con is he's a support unit, so he is relying on your other battle members to be pretty good, which like I stated, full power Frieza extremely good. Zenkai 7 Blue Cooler pretty good still. I mean, like I stated before, I already stated what he's good at, what he's not. But LOE just needs more help. And then once they get the help, this Zenkai first form Frieza, he's gonna flourish and become even better than he was before. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Frieza. I think, like I stated, when I come out with the LF tier list next week, I think he'll probably be out of between mid S plus tier, or the lower end of S plus tier, maybe high S, but definitely he's probably gonna be in around the S plus tier range, because he is just that good, man. In my opinion, others might disagree, but I think he's really good. And then once the team gets better with more units, and hopefully maybe an endurance unit, or hell, even a revival unit. I don't care. LOE definitely needs the help. Even though I don't play the team, it's always nice to see more diversity and more teams being extremely good in the meta. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Frieza. Like I stated, definitely leave a like if you enjoyed the video and you thought this video was informative and entertainment. Golly, I can't speak. And also comment down below your thoughts on this Frieza, and obviously subscribe if you're new. But yeah, my name is Skull Royal. You guys have a good one. Stay hydrated. I got my water with me, as you hear. Definitely stay hydrated, man. It's tough out here, man. It's tough out here. But yeah, you guys have a good one. Stay safe. Peace.